All right, hello everyone from Let It Roll Bowl in Phoenix, Arizona. This is John Verbal, and alongside, I am I am having a brain fart. So, what's your name?
Kyler Adams.
Kyler.
Yes.
That's pretty funny. You know, it's been a long day because I know Kyler well, but it's like I can't remember the name of the guy sitting next to me, even though I just asked him to join me on the live stream.
Well, I'm not wearing the jersey with my name on the back today, so
that could be the
doesn't
problem.
help.
So we're finishing up practice here on 5 and 6 for our championship match. And we're going to introduce our bowlers one by one. I'll get on the house mic here and introduce them, and then we'll be talking about the long leg. Kyler, thanks for joining me on the broadcast. We're looking forward to this. This is going to be a good match, I think. All four of these bowlers had a pretty good look today. So, and they're waiting. I might as well start because they're not going to throw another ball. All right, everybody, welcome and thank you to Let It Roll Bowl. Thank you to Stacy Anderson for hosting us for this Saturday Shootout 5 here at Let It Roll Bowl. It's been a great Saturday. Had just a rockin' and rolling here this afternoon with 2 full squads at 1 and 3. And we're down to our final 4 bowlers. So I'm going to introduce them here one by one as soon as the scorers show us that they're ready. And we press the magic red key on these scorers, which we're all learning about. All right, so I want to make sure that we're lined up here. Okay, representing the scratch division. And Brandon, I don't have your city in front of me because I switched. There we go. From Phoenix, Arizona, Brandon Loss.
That's some fan club you got.
Yeah. I have no idea how well that fan club carried through. Brandon had a great match with Mike Jones III in the right up to this. So I think you're watching it.
Yeah, Mike ran the back 6 to force Brandon to double plus 7 to tie 8 in the 10th to win. Brandon went double 9 to beat Mike by 2. The 222 to 220 match in the finals of the scratch division.
Very cool. I'm going to pull up the results here to refresh this guy. Representing the Challenger Division from Peoria, Arizona, Michael Arce.
All right, John, I'll see you next time.
Take care.
I'll see you Thursday.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Nice tournament.
All right, Mike.
Nice tournament. Okay.
And I didn't get to watch much bowling, as is pretty typical, because I'm pretty busy doing a lot of other things. So tell me what you thought about, I'll describe the pattern to folks and then tell people what you thought, because you bowled on it today. Tell people what you thought about it as we get in between these bowlers here. Michael runs down the spare, hopefully. But it was a 40-foot pattern built for the specific type of oil they use here, which is Kegel Ice. And it was the 2020 European Senior Championships pattern. So what did you think about it, Kyler?
I basically saw 2 ways to attack the pattern today.
And I'll hold you right there as I want you to stay. From Calgary, Alberta, Canada, representing the Foundation Division, Dave Kist. Yes, we have Canadian bowlers here, eh?
Yes.
We'll talk more about Dave later, but go ahead.
Yeah. So I basically saw 2 ways to attack the pattern today. You saw the slightly lower rev rate guys were able to play kind of that second to third arrow. Easier for them to control the back end reaction of the pattern. And then you saw the higher rev rate guys. They kind of move left pretty quick today, and they're kind of able to swing it and open the lanes up pretty easy, and had pretty good success being able to score from a little bit deeper, even from pretty early on. So that's kind of what I saw.
What were the things that were getting people in trouble today?
On the fresh, it was really easy to try to get too far left too soon, and then when you open your angles and you got too steep, you got it too far right. It never wanted to see it, and it was really easy to get 3 off the right.
Representing the senior division from Scottsdale, Arizona, Greg Scheetz. So people seeing the hook, figuring they needed to move less, not really understanding this isn't a house shot. You
Right.
can't just do that.
Right. Yeah. It was my first shot in practice. I kind of threw a shot kind of outside of the first arrow, and it hooked at the arrows. So I mean, it's very easy to get trapped into just kind of moving your feet left. That was a really good shot by Greg.
Great
right
shot
there.
by Greg. Who had a great look. Greg actually had the front 11 in the first game of the Cashers round and left a soft 10 pin.
Okay.
He had a great look.
Gotcha. Yeah. I did hear that somebody had shot 299.
Yeah, that was Greg.
I did watch a 289 earlier. That was a 9 spare, 10 bagger, and then I believe it was like a 10 pin or something.
Yeah, we had
Is that what it
two
was?
289s today.
Yeah.
So there were some big scores to be had, but there weren't a lot of them. There were some really
Yes.
good bowlers who struggled today.
Yeah, that was a good shot by Brandon right
Yeah.
there too. But you can see the very two defined ways to attack this pattern just in the 4 bowlers that are here. You got 2 guys playing a little bit further right with a little lower rev rate, able to control the back end reaction.
Yeah.
2 guys a little higher rev rate, definitely playing a lot deeper. Using a little bit of the hold in the middle of the lane.
And that was one of the things I did notice, and a few people mentioned to me, is it seemed like there were a lot of corner pins today. It was a little bit difficult to get the corners out. Were you seeing that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I 8th and 9th frame of my last game of qualifying, kind of knew the number I needed to get to, and I wrapped a 10 pin in 8th and 9th frame. So yeah, I definitely agree. Corner pins, as you can see right now, very easy to leave corner pins today.
So let me tell you all here on the live stream about what we had today. We had actually a pretty slow, wow, he's taking the scenic route to that. Oh, a little bit too scenic. So we had a pretty slow start actually today. This was an interesting event, as I've run a lot of events with the pattern of people signing up online. Didn't see a normal pattern, and it kind of played out in the morning was pretty quiet, and then the afternoon, anybody who in the afternoon knows we were packed. We had
Was it wait list both squads in the afternoon?
we did not get to a wait list for the 3 o'clock, but we were 1 person away from that. So we were exactly full. We did wait list the 1 o'clock squad.
Right.
And pulled a few people off the wait list today. But yeah, so we ended up with 130 entries for this single day event. 42 of them in the morning and 88 in the afternoon. So that was pretty good. And we had technically 26 bowlers advanced to the Cashers round. We had 1 bowler who advanced and unfortunately wasn't able to stay, so he just took his check and went home. So that made it a little bit easier in the, which division was that? I don't know. It's not in front of me right now. I think he was in the Challenger division, not positive.
Okay.
That was a real nice
Really
ball
good
from
shot by
Michael.
Arce there.
Yeah, and Michael's been struggling. He was telling me the other day that he's not very confident in his shot making. Well, that was a pretty good shot. Obviously, he's made it to the finals here.
Yeah, it was very evident today that the pattern had some definite early hook, like early friction in the front part of the lane to the right side, like to the right. So it was very easy to get kind of trapped in needing to move left to get into some of the oil, but also still needing to find some friction somewhere to get the ball to hook. So obviously you can see that some of these guys were able to figure it out. And as the lanes broke down, I feel like it got a little bit easier. Scores kind of went up as the day kind of progressed. People kind of figured it out. So
Greg kind of missed that one at the bottom. His hand on the way back. Dave's an interesting story. Dave is a Canadian, as I mentioned earlier. He's been pretty regular at coming down. He's actually been arranging his vacations to come to SBTs. He found out about our January event. He planned, I think, our very first one. He planned on coming down earlier in January and heard we were having an event. He moved his whole vacation back so he could be here. So for a guy who lives in Canada now, I think we've had 6 events. He's pulled in 3 or 4 of them. So He brought a buddy down with him last time or time before that. So
Okay.
he's heading back, I think, tomorrow.
That's
like, yeah.
I mean, that's dedication right
dedication.
there. Spend your whole last day of vacation, of your winter vacation bowling.
Well, here you might be able to bring home some Canadian green tonight.
I did see him. I did have a clinic at B3 last weekend, and I did see him there at B3.
He's a regular B3. B3 is one of our sponsors, Brandy, and Mike do a great job out there, and
great facility.
oh, absolutely outstanding facility, and great coaching. Brett Wolf there, the great, and Brandy also coaches out there. And
I was talking to Mike last weekend while I was there, and I said, we had 3 different squads of this clinic that was out there, and there was about 20 people per squad that were there, and I said, it's a great shot by Brandon.
Yeah.
But I was telling Mike, I said, it's got to be nice to see, 20 people at a time out on these 4 lanes just bowling, and he was telling me, this is exactly what we built this facility for, is to educate and to train people in the sport of bowling.
Absolutely. So let's just give a little bit of an update here on the score. So Brandon is, he doesn't have any handicaps, so he's obviously got the lead, but Dave with his handicap is right there behind him, even though he had that open in the first frame. That's good break for Michael. Just to remind everybody here, so they are bowling for $2,500 first place if they're in the progressive pot. But we do have one member of this group that is not in the progressive, and that's Brandon. So if Brandon wins, he will win $2,000, and all that progressive money will carry over into our next event, which is at Cliff Castle Shake, Rattle, and Bowl up in Camp Verde. Very much looking forward to going back there. But if any of these 3 that are in the progressive win, not only will they win $2,500, but there's enough money now in the progressive pot that if they should break it, which they have to throw 3 more strikes after winning, they could win over $5,000 in this little event.
That's a great payout.
Saturday.
That's a great payout for a one-day event.
For a one-day event, and for a $99 entry fee and $10 for the progressive pot, it's kind of a no-brainer. If you're at all a competitive bowler, well, blowing our own horn here, but I think you're missing out if you're not coming to these events.
There's nothing else out there for the price that beats the prize fund, and I am positive on that. And a side note on Cliff Castle, the center is very nice at Cliff Castle, very clean. Mm-hmm. But the views at Cliff Castle are even better.
It's a beautiful location.
I love walking out in the parking lot, walking up to the guardrail and just looking around.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just beautiful
and
out there.
Montezuma Castle is named Cliff Castle because the Montezuma Castle National Monument, I think it's a monument, not a park, is right nearby. That's very cool. Cliff Dwellings. I will say that if you're listening to this and you're thinking about bowling Cliff Castle, until Wednesday of this week, now this event is June 13th, but until Wednesday of this week, you can get hotel rooms at Cliff Castle Hotel for only $99 on the weekend, which is just an outstanding rate. Those rooms are usually double that price, but you have to book by Wednesday. Use the codes that are out there on the SBT website. If you go to bowlsbt.com/schedule and scroll down to where Cliff Castle is, it gives you all the details about how to reserve your room. Well, if you're not sure if you're going to want to stay overnight, well, go ahead and reserve a room at that discounted price. You can always cancel later as long as you cancel early enough that they don't take your deposit money. So, wow, that really took a left turn.
You can almost see how much hook has been, kind of broke down into the pattern on the right side of the lane right now. And that's why you see these guys, the 2 guys that we have here with the higher rev rate moving so far left right now. So if the ball gets to the right at all, it just wants to see that friction and it just comes off of it extremely hard.
Yeah, although I'm not sure if Brandon missed it or if he was a little bit left and it just got in the oil or whatnot, but he's just created a big opening unless he figures out a way to pick this up for everybody to get back in there. Greg is still very much in it. Oh, really, all of them are in it. None of them are. They're only halfway through it. It's only, 2 opens between all of them. So let's see if Brandon can run this down.
And definitely one thing that I did see today across a lot of the pairs that we were bowling on, saw a lot of urethane in the later games. From deeper with some loft. That seemed to be kind of
wow.
A lot of people lofting urethane from deeper inside, which is something you don't usually see at most tournaments.
No.
So that could be playing a part in how this pattern kind of is breaking down here too.
And this is a challenge pattern. It's not a sport pattern. Nice shot by Greg. He got
Great shot by Greg there.
Loves those light mixers. That's kind of Greg's trademark. He's picking up those light mixers. He's a really good bowler. What was I going to say? So this is a challenge pattern at a little over 4-1 on the harder side of challenge. For these single day events, we do challenge patterns, and for bigger 3-day plus events, we'll put out a sport pattern because it's bigger money. But you know, this is getting pretty good money for a challenge pattern.
Yes.
So come on out to Cliff Castle. It's only a 20-lane center. I think if this prize fund does continue, or that the progressive does continue to grow, we're going to be selling out squads there. We do have an incentive for you to get there early. If you get there for the 8:30 squad and manage to make the cut, we'll give you $50 credit towards a future event. So that's a little bonus as well. And we give out some of our great sponsors. Brunswick, we give out a bowling ball from any of the brands of Brunswick in our 10 o'clock squads. EFX, another one of our great sponsors, gives out a free SBT jersey to a random bowler in the 8:30 squad. So lots of reasons to come out to Cliff Castle early, and hey, why don't you stay the night? Come Friday night, stay there for $99, enjoy the beautiful views, and there's lots of stuff to do up there. It's a ton of stuff, you know, out of Africa. If you've never been to Out of Africa, very, very cool wildlife park. Have you ever been there?
I haven't. I've seen the billboards for it.
It's very cool. You definitely should go. So spend the weekend.
Great
There's
shot
lots
by
to do.
Brandon.
Yeah, really good comeback after that. Just a little bit late. I don't know if he's seeing something different on 5 versus 6, but
I will say one thing that I saw on the three pairs that I bowled on was the left lane on every pair was tighter than the right lane on every pair.
interesting.
So I'm not sure if that's just a center characteristic or what the cause of that was, but that was definitely something that I did see today.
Interesting. Well, he was less nosy on that one, but still nosy.
One thing I will say about Cliff Castle that is second only to the views that you can see there
Yeah.
is Johnny Rocket's milkshakes.
Johnny Rockets.
Absolutely fantastic milkshakes at Johnny
and,
Rockets.
And you know, they give us a discount too. They give all the bowlers there a discount if you mention that you're there with SBT. I can't remember if it's 15%. I think. Don't quote me on the discount, but you'll get a discount as well. And yes, their shakes are amazing. So
I will say that was a ball change for Dave there, playing third arrow with the urethane, kind of like what I was just saying. Yes. It seemed to be that anything you could do to kind of control the down lane reaction today was going to help you succeed, at least from what I saw.
Yeah, so let's see what we got going here. So we got Brandon with 105 straight up. And I mean, this is pretty clear. We got Greg here who, if he strikes here, he'll have 104 with a double up, which will be a greater advantage than that. So this is huge. Greg would take the lead here technically if he throws a strike because of his double up. Great shot.
Another great shot by Greg.
Great shot.
Say, although Greg is not necessarily winning at this point in the match, or very, very close to winning, at least at this point in the match, I would say that he probably has the best ball reaction out of all 4 of the bowlers that we have here right now.
Yeah, apparently in this round, the scores here do not add until the frames are filled, so it makes it a little more complicated. It's always fun to do math in public, so try not to do too much of that.
I always say I'm quick at math, but I'm not good at math, so.
I'm thinking Michael needs to find something to control his back-end reaction, which is just a little bit uncontrollable for him right now. I don't know whether it's moving further left like Brandon just did, and now he...
Another 2-4-8-10 on that same lane for Brandon.
Wow. I'm going to step off the mic here for this moment. I'm going to go talk to somebody, and I'll be right back. You can continue to...
Yeah. Great spare by Arce right there, picking up the 310. Good attempt by Brandon on the 2-4-8-10. See if Greg can step up here and keep striking as he's on a double right now. Greg with a flat 10 pin on that shot. Dave with a good shot there after that ball change in the 6th frame.
One thing I haven't been doing, let me just give you a little bit of quick biographical, folks. I have them fill out all this stuff, and then I keep forgetting to read it. So Greg is 70, from Scottsdale. He's an IT consultant. He's still working, by the way. He's contracts doing IT work. He's been bowling for 60 of his 70 years. He has a 300, his 804, he thinks is his high series. 12 300s and 1 800. Notable tournament victories. He's won a couple of ADTs in the late 80s. Loves golf. He wants to thank his wife for putting up with his obsession. Jordan Nasberg for the years of support. Brett Wolf for the lesson last week. And the changes have worked, which I think that's a pretty strong testimony.
Shout out to Coach Brett on that one.
Coach Brett. And Brandon's coming up here. Let me tell you a little bit about Brandon. He's 29. He is representing our scratch division from Phoenix. He's a mechanic over at AMF Union Hills. Been bowling for 20 years. Has a high 300s, 30 300s, and 8 800s, and a high of 833. His most notable tournament victory is a Strikeforce Major. He has no other hobbies and interests. Brandon lives for bowling, which I think most of us who know him would say, yep, that's
just
pretty much
all in
true.
on bowling. All right, I love it.
And he'd like to thank Derek Acuff. Probably Derek drilling his equipment over there at Union Hills would be my guess.
Derek does a great job over there running the pro shop at Union Hills.
Yes.
Virtue Bowling Supply.
Yep. And let's see. We got the next. We got Dave here now. It's a tough chop. So it's shaping up here. There's a lot of things that could happen with this.
Yes.
So y'all can see the scoreboard. It looks like it's pretty clear up there. So in fact, I should stop leaning on the chair and making the camera wobble. Sorry about that, folks. So as Dave comes up, he's 63 from the Foundation Division. He's from Calgary. He's retired, a former owner of 3 bowling centers in Calgary. Okay. He's been bowling for another great shot by Greg.
Great shot by Greg right there.
51 years of bowling, started in 5-pin bowling. His high is a 280 and a 764, which that surprises me. I figured he throws it pretty good.
He throws it very well
Yeah.
for 280 and 764.
No, he doesn't have any notable tournament victories or accomplishments. Well, this is a pretty good one, I think, no matter how he finishes, winning his division on a tough pattern and bowling really well. He loves golf, and his 2 mini Daxies? I don't know, some type of dog, I think, but I do not know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's probably wiener dogs, if I had to guess. Yeah.
8 pounds to 15 pounds, so about half of a dog.
Half of a dog, all right.
He'd like to thank his darling wife, Lynn, Brett Wolf for the B300 crew, Felicia Wong, PWA bowler, and lots of help. So.
And Dave always has the best shirts on. I don't know if you've ever noticed that. Every time I've ever seen him, he's got just the best shirts.
The best shirts. Michael, 38, from Peoria. Michael, just an interesting side note. The first tournament he ever bowled was when I was running tournaments, and I ran a tournament with Castle 3 years ago. That was his first tournament ever.
It's been 3 years already since then?
Yeah.
Man, I remember bowling that tournament.
He's become obsessed, it's safe to say. Almost 3 years anyway. So he owns Acclaimed Garage Doors. He is one of our sponsors. And we thank him for his sponsorship. He's only been bowling for 2 years, it says. Well, almost 3 now. High grade, he has had 2 300s already, an 826. He's got a higher series than I've ever bowled. So
he's got me beat by 5 pins.
to be young again. Yeah. He did win the Desert Southwest Regional, which was held here about 2 years ago.
He's got a good track record at Let It Roll Bowl.
He does. He loves esports, and he wants to thank Kyle King, K-Fung, and Revolutions Pro Shop, which is his pro shop over at Palermo, Glendale. And really appreciate all the pro shop owners here in the Valley. Just been really supportive of SBT. putting the flyers out, letting bowlers know about this event, our events in particular, all of our events rather. So thank you to all those PSOs. Couldn't do this without your support as well.
Yes.
All right, so we're heading into the 10th frame here. And with the math, Greg again getting 0 pins with a potential double up. It appeared to have a pretty commanding lead here if he throws a double, based on my reading. And it's a shootout for the remaining 3 spots. And you know, it's talk about the top prize, but it's $1,000 per second, $750 for third, $500 for fourth. So everybody's bowling for some money here. Oh, that stayed out of trouble there. That would have been bad.
That ball looked pretty good to the front part of the lane and just kind of checked early on him. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt that we're seeing some transition right before the 10th frame here.
Yeah, this is the triple burn, by the way, that they're bowling on. I do keep it idle after the cashier's round, but we didn't re-oil. We only re-oil once in these single-day events, and that's after the second morning squad. And so they're bowling on stuff that's been bowled on by all sorts of people. So to roll it
Good
well
spare
here.
by Greg. Yeah, I mean, $1,000 for second place, that's nothing to scoff at. That's I'd rather spend a day in a bowling alley and make $1,000 than spend a day in the office and make a lot less than that. So
All right, so this 10th frame is huge for all of them. I think really the only way Greg could lose here, I don't want to do that, I guess, is probably an open and somebody else going off the sheet, maybe.
kind of a tricky spare here for Brandon. Not the easiest one to shoot at.
No. He can't catch Greg for sure. I think with my math here, unless Michael has a possible 190 plus 9, 199. Greg is at 183 now with no count. So Greg with good count Michael can't catch him.
Looks like we got Brett Wolf in the chat shouting out Dave and Greg.
There you go. It's a little bit left.
Yep.
So math is telling me that Greg has already clinched it.
Like I said, I'm quick at math. I'm not good at math, so I'll let you handle that one.
He's got 183 now, even if he throws 2 better balls. So we have our winner.
The fill shot always strikes.
I need to get a pen. Thank you.
Yes, it looks like Greg has already wrapped up first place.
Yep. And it's a 179. He got enough to get past Brandon. Actually, well past him because of his handicap. Never mind. Let's see, what can Dave do? Can Dave leapfrog him? 156, 178. Yes, absolutely. So Dave is going to get, with his handicap, Dave's going to get second place. Unless, well, I think he has to make this spare. I wish the graphics, yeah, he needs to make this spare.
Yes.
He has a possible 173 with his 22 pins. He's got it locked up. All right, those your winner.
Another flat 10 for Greg, but does not matter.
$100, I guess I can't call.
Dave with the spare. The 139.
63 and 22. He's got 185. He needs to get at least 4 pins to wrap up second place.
Greg with a good spare. 4 pins here, and we got a Brett Wolf student final of first and second
There
place.
you go. There you go. Get out to
That's
B3,
enough.
folks. That's enough.
Shout out to the sponsor, B3. Great shot by Greg to finish that
And
out.
congratulations to Greg Scheetz, winner of Saturday Shootout 5. Guaranteed at least $2,500. We'll talk about his possibilities for more. For second
ball,
place,
Greg.
Dave Kist, getting $1,000. Michael Arce,
You
third
and
place,
Greg both got
$750.
shouted out by Brett in the chat.
And
He said he's
Brandon
proud of both of you
Moss.
guys.
So great effort today, 177 for your
On
fourth
Monday?
place finish is $500. All right, Greg, here's how it works, my friend.
He changed my foot from this to that.
Well, it's working.
So, Greg, here's how it works. We're going to give you an opportunity to win some more money. I want to make sure I get the money in front of me. So you have a possibility of more than doubling what you just won. You won $2,500. You could win another $2,540 on top of that.
Okay.
But you have to throw a total of 3 strikes. But the first one is free for you, so you can win 10% of the pot. This strike, which you finished on which lane? You finished on
Not 5.
5. So on lane 6,
Go. Come on.
you're throwing 1 ball. This ball is worth $365, and it's free. If you throw a strike, we'll talk about what happens after that.
Okay.
Deal or no deal will be coming after that. But let's throw 1 strike and get your $365 out of the way.
Yeah. Sure I got a ball on 6? Pretend it's 5.
Yeah, I saw that. So will he end up bowling on 5? Because we'll have to reset that rack. There's no 9 pin.
Yeah, he'll go to 5 after this, and then if he gets that, he'll go to 7. Come on, Greg.
Oh, man.
So close. A great effort. All right, still a terrific day for all of you. Greg Scheetz, congratulations. You're the winner. $2,500. Again, congratulations to everybody coming out today. Our next event in 6 weeks at Cliff Castle Shake, Rattle, and Bowl. Hope you all can come out. That is going to be a great event. It's only a 20-lane center, folks, so I'm expecting squads to sell out. So if you're thinking about coming, make sure you get registered right away. And if you're thinking about staying up there, you got until Wednesday to get that special deal. All right, congratulations. We'll say goodbye to everybody here from Let It Roll. And Tyler, thank you for joining me on the live stream. Why don't you sign out the live stream, and then I'll shut it down.
Yeah, that was a great match by Dave and Greg. Congratulations to Greg, and we'll see you guys in 6 weeks.